You've just caught your spouse cheating. What do? Well, I can tell you it's a very difficult moment because you probably are very upset, extremely saddened, at times shocked and in disbelief. Emotions are running high. Sometimes there might be yelling and screaming happening because of that disbelief. Try and calm yourself down. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Calm down. Don't make decisions. Don't make decisions while your emotions are running high and you're angry, you're upset. Don't make decisions during those moments. Calm down. Give it a moment. Sit down. Relax. May Allah make it easy. Then you need to look at what type of a spouse this person is. The cheater, the one who cheated. Is he generally a good person? And if it's a female, is she generally a good person? A brilliant person who fulfills the rights, who actually has a good relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, whose character and conduct is beautiful, they've sacrificed for you and they've made a mistake. Subhanallah. If that is the case, consider that perhaps Allah exposed the sin of theirs early in the day in order to make them stop what they were doing through His mercy. He did not want them to continue. So out of His love for them, He exposed them right at the beginning and they were caught. And when they were caught, everything stopped. And when it stopped, it's the time to seek forgiveness and earn the pleasure of Allah. Had they not been caught, it would have carried on. And the sin would have been perhaps taken to other levels. So in that case, I would not recommend that you broke the marriage or just ended it or said, right, I'm going home. People will advise you. In some cultures, they don't give people a second chance. I'm telling you, good people also make mistakes. Don't come and invoke the punishment now of Allah by making decisions that would really not be worth your while or your children or your families. You might regret that decision. Some friends are such that when they hear about a little bit of cheating, perhaps, like I said, there are different levels. They'll tell you, that's it, end it, go home, you'll find someone else, you are worth much more than this, you can't allow this to happen, and so on. And little do they know that a year or two down the line, that spouse would be happily married to someone else and you're busy sitting here licking your wounds because someone gave you wrong advice. So I'm here to tell you, think before you make decisions. If they had a habit and if this thing went right to the end and it was proven beyond doubt and the person involved is a spouse who doesn't fulfill their rights, no character, conduct, the level of it is extremely low, they're abusive, they're emotionally draining, and really they're not a pleasure to live with at all, then perhaps it's a sign from Allah to say, you know what, walk out. That's what it should be. Walk out. People say you must apologize. Number one, seek forgiveness of Allah. Seek forgiveness of Allah. Number two is apologize without being asked to apologize. You know what? I know of people who've forgiven and their relationships thereafter have become much stronger, not just among them, but even with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why it's important for family members, extended family members. If your child had a cheating spouse and they want to get back to that cheating spouse, after they have made amends and reconciled, please support them. Support them. Good people also make mistakes at times. Now, in the eyes of Allah, there is no sin that is unforgivable. Even shirk, if you seek forgiveness of it while you're alive, you're forgiven. That's clear. Another thing, don't just doubt things. You see one message. Nowadays, I'll be honest, the heart and the kiss, on an SMS or on WhatsApp is actually sent free of charge without any emotions to all and sundry. Although it's not acceptable in our cultures, but somehow in some cultures, it just means goodbye and hello. And I'm not justifying it, but don't get too emotional when you see a heart or a message. Or when I went to the UK, for example, I had this woman in the store calling me my love. Hi, my love. How are you doing, my love? That my love doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I even know the person. Subhanallah. It's just a fond way of speaking in a different culture. So please understand this. I'm not at all justifying calling people my loves and my darlings in that particular way. But I am saying when you do receive it or you do hear it, try to look for a reason and If there is room for doubt, give them the benefit of the doubt. But where something is concrete, that's when we're talking. And you need to then look at what I've said, the magnitude of the cheating, as well as the person, as well as the one who was involved. And then together with all of that, you process the information. You look at the pros and cons. You look at how much you've invested in the relationship, how much they've invested in the same relationship, how much this damage has displaced in terms of investment. And I'm talking of investment because you may have children, you may have a lot of other things that you've done together, and how much damage can be controlled and how much repair can happen, then you make a final decision. How good is that? So may Allah help us, inshallah, to make beautiful decisions.